time, it is my pleasure. It is my pleasure to invite the convener for our welcome speech. She's no other person than the delectable, the beautiful, the elegant, the only good-dressed woman. Give it up for Oluwatoyin Labalaba.
I love the calm, I never come outside. Good morning, everyone. Am I the happiest person that you all are here? Man, if you climb horse right now, it's just going to go. I'm very glad to have everyone here. Good morning, and God bless you for being here. As you all know, my name is Oluwatoyin Ohio Alegbe, but what we hear is Laba. Who knows what Laba is all about? No, what it is all about, not what it means or what it is. What is Laba all about? If you know me too well, don't come out. I just want people that are, that have intuition. Just let intuition bring it to you, okay? I think this is what Laba is or means. Who wants to try? I have gifts though. Okay, quickly. It's okay to bring the. Okay, let me bring it to you. Thank you. All right. Okay.
For me, I think Laba is beautiful and Laba is free. So maybe free movement. You
Free movement. Yourself. My mic. Hello. Can you hear me?
Let's put this side. It's been decided.
All right. Okay. This mic. And this row. Okay. All right. Is it because I have gifts to give, or we just want to have fun?
Laba is not about.
Hey, no. Did I give it to you? Expo.
Let us speak. What we decided.
Oh, what you decided?
Yeah, on this one.
People are calling Kuni. That is me become a team. Everybody is a team, isn't it? All right.
Open and close. You know when it opens and closes. Open and close in a lovely way.
All right. Open and close in a lovely way. Okay, so Laba is, the first Laba is man or husband. The second Laba is wife. So what they do behind the door, jigger. And that's Mama behind the door. She's the one that's speaking here. Okay, because we have a radio platform on Bond FM, and every Wednesday night we talk about Oko and Lobo. Yes. Did we get that? Some people did not understand that. We spoke in tongues. Okay, so we talked about Dick and Nak, Dick and Toto, that is greatly affected at menopause. Perimenopause, menopause is like a beg. Some people also think, normally when it's no longer bleeding, don't go near how you go contract this or contract that. So many myths and all that. So this conversation today is about menopause and things that are associated with it. You'll be shocked to know that money is connected. But menopause is connected to money. Anyway, the doctor is here. The very next segment, we are going to have the doctor join me here. It's going to be like an interview. So, that time is two seats here. So we're going to talk about menopause. But before then, I'd like for you, if you have encountered menopause or menopause has encountered you, I'd like for you to come out and tell us your experience. We want to start from there. Thank you, ma'am. Please step forward. Thank you. I need to get my feet. Please step forward. Thank you. Your name, again, what you do, your age.
Yes. When my hand was 9 and 50 next year.
So when the menopause problem started, even as a health practitioner, I didn't know what it was. There was a whole lot of issues. I started with heart palpitations. I thought I had heart problem. I went for an MRI. Nothing was there. Okay, that one went. When I started having hot flushes, it was really, 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 really terrible. Now I think I've been able to manage that. I try as much as possible to dress light clothing, cotton. I don't wear all this. If any lace that has sequence touches my skin, I'm in trouble. So I've learned to know my triggers and I try to avoid that.
Okay.
Now presently, what I'm facing right now, that I don't even know why it's happening. I used to be very, very, my sexual libido was very high. Now I'm having issues with my hobby. You start complaining that maybe you're having a boyfriend outside. When I touch you, you don't get wet, you don't do this, a whole lot of issues. Then I noticed that each time the period is not even regular anymore. So if each time the period wants to come, I've learned to study my body. I've learned that I will see that I'm having this creamish discharge. We call it thrush. So I think that is part of perimenopausal issues too. I have osteoarthritis as I can't climb stairs. I have 2 months ago, I had the frozen shoulder. So I said, this menopause,
So you were able to connect all of that to menopause because you already know.
Yes.
Thank you very much. A round of applause for her, please. Thank you. All right. I'd like for someone who did not know this was menopause, who thought Abaye Shemi, like her, village people have got me. Mrs. Salvador, let me announce it because I'm holding your stuff. So let me hype you very well. A round of applause for the delectable. I'm holding her t-shirt, so that's why I'm hitting her like that.
Good morning, house. Like she said, my name is Ayowale Salvador. I'm 52 years old. The first time I had heat flush, the first thing I thought of was that probably I was about to faint, or maybe something as you know. I have one very funny cousin. She said, "Are you sure it's not arrow?" That is how we started playing in my room, actually, because it came with a very funny, when it's coming, I don't know if any other person has felt it will come like there's a slight thing on your forehead. So I felt maybe something, that maybe something really actually was.
Me too. Yeah.
So we started praying like a passion. So I was like, okay, then the next day I have a friend, her name is Zizi Kado. She's older than me.
Ngozi.
Yeah. I used to make fun of her when she has the heat. If she's fanning herself, I'll carry something, I'll be fanning her. So she used to tell me, don't worry, it'll soon be your turn. So it was the next day. She's my go-to person. So I just called her. I call her Auntie Sister. I said, Auntie Sister, yesterday evening, this happened. She started laughing. And I was like, okay, now is it a joke? I'm telling you my experience. That she now said, all those times you fan me, do you know that it's the same thing that is happening to me when you find me that is happening to you now? And that was when I sat down, I called my cousin and I said, you're a very bad influence. This was actually menopause. And she was like, how can you say it's menopause? You have come again. I said, this is menopause. Then it happened, it kept happening. Then in the night, I realized I have to change my pillowcases, to change my nightwear because of the heat. And so from there, I got to know, okay, because I do my regular checkup, I do my whole body checkup. Then I had to go to my doctor and he says, okay, now your regular checkup that you do once in a year have to be twice a year. And now you don't just go to the center and just do everything. You have to go and see your gynae, so he has to tell you what and what and what and what you need to check for. And I have a cousin too. Let me tell you, I was trying to drag the foolish girl here. It was actually purposely because of her I wanted to be here. She went to stay in church, packed out of her house and went to church. So I was to do something around that area. Normally I would spend the night in her house. When I got to her house, I met her husband, her children, everybody was just, and they said, thank God you are here and tired. I said, what happened? And she's in church. Yesterday, this happened, that happened. She almost lost her mind. She's almost going crazy. And I just started laughing. And the other one was like, why are you laughing? I said, because I'm menopause. And they went to the hospital, the doctor did not say anything. And you know why it is always strange? Because when you go to the hospital, you go to not to the right doctor. You know there are doctors for everything. And the doctor tells you, oh, there's nothing wrong with you. You go back home and believe that something is actually wrong. She packed her load and she went to church. And believe me, when I called, I could hear at the background, everybody. So I called her. And she knows I pray. So she said, they should give me the phone, I said, madam, pack your load, come out. Now menopause, they do you. And she was, how you go talk to menopause? I said, come home. Then I had to take her by myself to the lab. I said, okay, they'll do everything. We did pap smear, we did blood work, everything. And nothing was there. I said, you don't say now menopause, they do you. Nobody, they do you.
Thank you.
Don't go sit down for church.
Thank you very much.
Nothing. A lot of women go to church for this.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, so that's for people who...
Please, can we take one more?
No, we're actually going to take a few more. Actually going to take a few more. All right.
Please come on.
Madam Abiri.
Everyone.
Do you want me to bring the mic there when you are ready? All right.
Okay.
That's okay. That's
I had
fine.
mine at 52. I'm 54 now.
Okay.
And it started, I couldn't even understand what was going on. Restlessness.
Sorry, 1 second. Do we need interpretation? Shefe Kason Yoba no? Or we are okay? We should mix it, right? Check and mix it. Okay, all right.
I was just uneasy. Like she talked about the pain, the joint pain, and in fact, I started finding the spirit of arthritis. At the point I was crawling, at the point of constipation, I've never had such kind of constipation in my life. I took all the fruits I could take. I was in and out of hospital. So one day, my friend called me, and when she asked me where I was speaking, she said, what's wrong with you? I said, I don't understand you. Please pray for me. It's like a spiritual attack. The first thing she did, she started explaining, do you have joint pain? I said, yes. Do you have constipation? I said, she was just asking me everything. She said, Mama, so let's see that it's menopause. But I thank God, I don't pray for my children to have this kind of stress I have. That will be easy.
Yeah, I don't think it's
just
amen. Yes, it will be easy. And what actually makes navigating it easy? Photomapping easy. Think about what menopause, ni imo, which is why we're here. Once you know, it's like I already know that the person that is wearing this Egun dress is Oluwatoyin. So even if I come and I wasn't to do you, I know you. Do you understand? So when you have information, when you have knowledge, it's a different thing that you are doing something with the knowledge. If you like, you don't want to do, but you are armed already with knowledge, and that is why we're here. All right. I want, some people had
Good morning, all. Good morning, all. I'm Abigail.
Please, because there are some people here that will speak in Yoruba, because my platform on radio is entirely Yoruba, and Yoruba and all that. So.
Good morning, all. I'm Abigail Okotie, normally known as Abby Rich. I'm 51.
You are rich, so you're going to drop some rich here before you leave.
I'm 51 this year. Actually, my experience was something else. I almost went for surgery. When they told me my heart, when I started feeling this heavy palpitation, my heart, I have blockage in my lungs. I went for CT scan. I spent almost 500,000. Then as this heat comes from my leg, I called my pastor, we prayed. Mine was, one thing I thank God is the amino group on WhatsApp. Thank God I joined that group. My sister added me to the group. It really opened my eyes. It's not a good experience, but knowledge is very necessary, very important. That group has been helping me because they give us education, and then the menopause supplements I take.
Yeah, the Menorite.
And the Menorite, I don't joke with it. It's helping me. That is for me. I'm telling you.
Menorite, are you hearing that?
Menorite. I can't do without it. It's expensive, but yet I went out on my way. I don't miss it. I don't miss it. Then what also helped me also is the education from Amino Herb. I started doing exercise. I even went for gym. I started gymming. Because I almost went for surgery that they said my lungs, my heart, I have an enlarged heart because of the way I fainted one day. That was when I came out from the Amino Herb. I found out that all these I've been experiencing was just menopause. Everybody will go through it. Don't pray for your children because it's what everyone will go for. The only thing we pray for is that we are the ones to educate our children, educate our daughters, get them ready. Let's not ignore them. No matter how little they are, start telling them about it. Share your experience, please. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So we are moving over to this side. Sorry, we'll have to move over to this side. And I'd like to call on our mommy. I call her S&G. There's only one S&G in the world.
Ẹ káàárọ̀ gbogbo lé Yorùbá lè mi fẹ́ sọ o. Ẹ káàárọ̀ o. Ẹ ṣé gan. Orúkọ mi ni Grace Ọládòkun. Mo jẹ́ ṣùgbọ́n bakery owner ní Àjùwọ̀n. S&G ẹ má wọrí ẹ máa jẹ bread. So menopause tá à ń sọ pa rẹ̀ yìí èmi ò mọ̀ pé menopause ló ń ṣe mí. Kò sí hospital tí mi ò dé tán lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ yìí. I'm 60 years old this year. Kíní yóò bá mi jà débi pé owó tí mo ná lórí menopause tí mi mọ̀ pé menopause mo wá ń rò lọ́kàn mi pé sáwọn dókítà tí mò ń lọ bá tí mò ń complain eléyìí ṣe mí eléyìí ṣe mí ní bá jókòó báyìí ní máa kó lulẹ̀ ni mi ì lè jáde nínú ilé mi ò rórun sùn gbogbo orúnkún báyìí ríro ooru gbogbo ara mi ló máa làágùn ṣáṣáṣá kí ló wá ṣe mí bóyá ayé ló ti ẹ ṣe mí tí mo conclude sí nìyẹn mo ṣe ń treat ọ̀fà nìyẹn o ìgbà mo lọ ilé alágbo títí mo mú gbogbo àgbo ayé yìí àgbo yóò ṣiṣẹ́ fún mi o mo wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí tọ́jú ọ̀fà pé bóyá ayé ló ń ṣe mí medically wọ́n sọ fún mi àwọn dókítà tí mò ń lọ rí mo dẹ̀ ń complain gbogbo tó ń ṣe mí CT scan gbogbo MRI ẹ̀mẹ́ta ni mo ṣe ní Afri Global wọ́n á ní kí n mú result ẹ̀wà mo mú lọ fún wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n sọ fún mi pé menopause ní symptom tó ṣe mí gángan òde ẹ̀ mọ̀ ó sábà mi jà títí bí ọdún 5 ló fi gbomi mi ò lè sùn rárá mi ò ní sùn mi ò ní rọrùn sùn ìgbà tó wá di pé mo wá kọ́ máa kọ́ sí àtikóyìn labalábá lórí TikTok náà bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣàlàyé gbogbo nǹkan tó ṣe mí nìyẹn àti menopause ló ti bá mi jà láti ọdún ìwà tí mo ti náwó tí mo ti máa gbó máa sí ní báyìí láàrin wákàtí méjì gbogbo ló lé máa rùn ni fún àgbo oríṣiríṣi tí mo ti mu sí náà kí ni ò lọ gbẹ́rẹ́ ó ti fẹ́ gba ìgbàgbọ́ lọ́wọ́ mi mi lè parọ́ fún yín máa ṣe obìnrin ní gbogbo wa ó ti fẹ́ gba ìgbàgbọ́ lọ́wọ́ mi gbogbo ara mi báyìí gbẹ́rẹ́ ni lórí kíní pé ọ̀fà ni ayé ni ó fẹ́ gba chọ́ọ̀chì ó ti ẹ̀ gba chọ́ọ̀chì lọ́wọ́ mi mo wá dẹni tán gbàdúrà fún tán gbórúkọ mi sókè Grace Ọládòkun ní church tán bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí gbàdúrà fún mi pé nǹkan gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe màmá yìí wúlò fún wa màmá yìí ṣe kíní fún wa ẹ̀tẹ́ mi mo wò pátá ni mo wá bá jà tí mi mọ̀ pé menopause ló ń ṣe mí so in fact ta ni mo ṣe mo ronú débi pé àbí ṣé àmọ́ pé ta bá wà ní sísí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni èmi ti ṣe àbọ̀sàn rí téèyàn bá ní àjẹ́ pẹ̀lú menopause èèyàn á kà ó bá wọn yàn bí yes a gbọ́dọ̀ parọ́ fúnra wa èèyàn máa kà ó ṣe mí débi pé ó mì ní jìgìjìgì kó fẹ́ mú mi lọ ní gbogbo ọmọ orí mi bíi ti wèrè kíní yóò dá o kó ṣe àìsàn tó dá rárá fóbìnrin bóyá àìwá tètè mọ ti wá àǹtí Tóyìn ló gbà mí lọ́wọ́ rẹ̀ ẹ ṣe máa ṣiṣẹ́ ojú òní tì yín o gbogbo dáwọ́lé yín lórúkọ Jésù ló máa yọrí sí rere ayé ò ní rí yín mú ọ̀tá ò ní rí yín mú fún ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ yìí ló gbà mí o ní ló má pè menopause ló ṣe mí o ayé ni mo pè o ọ̀fà ni mo pè o ẹ ṣé mo dúpẹ́ gbogbo òjókòó ojú òní tì wá o ẹ ṣé olúwa ní ìlú o.
A big round of applause for her. I want to take another Yoruba one, a very conk one. Yes, ma'am, Mumbo, Ejo. You know, I know a little bit about herbs. Sorry, ma'am. You know, I even told her to send me so much. She still had, as at the time we met, once she láwọn àgbo yẹn lé, wọ́n tò wọ́n lọ rẹ̀rẹ̀rẹ̀ báyìí. I have the picture. If we are registered, I'll share the picture with you. And the smallest bottle, 50,000. And she will say, you understand? Like that. That's what happens. Tí menopause ti bá ń ṣe èèyàn téèyàn ò mọ̀. I always say you will spend your money, and above spending your money, you will spend your mind. Some people have lost their minds. I met a woman, she's in Edo State, she could not come. She's actually treating mental illness right now. Psychosis. Right now. Onlogun Yaba left. Right now. So the doctor is here, and I don't want to take his time. I wanted him to hear some of these things so that when we are talking and all that, oh my yewa. Because one question that I want to ask. Everybody has said, I went to hospital. How come? Almost every time. In fact, my friend too was supposed to be here. She's also a doctor. When she entered menopause, she did not know. She also thought, I did not believe that there is anything like one getting more than one getting you.
Now, doctor, she do.
Then later, she went to do cancer test, this, that. Then later, one of our colleagues just said, I'll call her name. Busola, menopause now. She don't say, after spending money and mind. So that's why Oluwatoyin, I'm very passionate about this. My mom too entered menopause. Later I got to know. And we did not know it was menopause. They did not test her. We just went to one specialist hospital, one of the first three in Abeokuta, like 1987 or so, 88. And they said, cancer, Lenny mama. And they started treating her immediately. And I felt, where could this be coming from? Maybe my father's house. They don't like my mother. That's why. You can imagine that. Then we went later, 3 months or 6 months after. Then I said, we cannot see any cancer again. Because the thing had shifted. So I know that somebody still has something to say. Okay, mommy, doctor. Sorry, sir. After 2.
Where is doctor going to? We will not.
Doctor came to work. I went to work. He just came from just to order us. So that when we call him next time, you will not say.
Karoma, orúkọ mi ni Akínsọ́yà Táíwò, mo wá láti Owódé Ẹ̀gbá, Abẹ́òkúta. So,
ẹ káàbọ̀.
yes ma. Ìgbà tí mi máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ experience mo kọ́ wọ́n pé mo máa ń gbàgbé nǹkan 48 years. So, mo máa ń gbàgbé nǹkan mo kì í máa ń rántí nǹkan. Ìgbà tó tún yá later, ẹsẹ̀ mi orúnkún ó máa ro mí. Àtẹ́lẹ̀ ẹsẹ̀ mo ò lè fi tẹ́lẹ̀. Wọ́n sọ pé malaria mo lọ sí hospital. Wọ́n sọ pé arthritis due to stress. Wọ́n ṣá oògùn tó fún mi mo lọ rà á. Oògùn yẹn ti ẹ̀wọ̀n mo lọ rà á mo ṣe gbẹ̀. Mi ò rí anything kò ṣiṣẹ́ kankan. Mo tún padà lọ again wọ́n ní kí n lọ ya x-ray. Mo lọ ya x-ray orúnkún méjèèjì. Mo ò lè rìn tí bá jókòó báyìí mo ò lè rìn. Mo àti gbé ẹsẹ̀ sílẹ̀ tí mo bá jókòó tó bá máa tóbi 10 minutes báyìí àtẹ́lẹsẹ̀ mi ò ní ṣe rìn. Tí mo bá sùn àtẹ́lẹsẹ̀ mi ò ní ṣe rìn. Ó yá alágbo náà mo ra àgbo lóríṣiríṣi. Owó tí mo tẹ̀ fi ra àgbo àgúnmu gbogbo ẹ̀ mo rí anything kò ṣiṣẹ́ kankan gbà tó sùn mo tẹ̀ fi kí ló tẹ̀ dé. Ṣáyé ń ṣe mí ni ṣé mo tẹ̀ nǹkan mọ́lẹ̀ ni. Ọtí tí mo ṣe wá pa menopause ló ń ṣe mí kí ló wá ṣẹlẹ̀ ó ti sú mi. Later mo ṣe wá ń lo ọ́ìlì lásán ni mò ń bù sí àtẹ́lẹsẹ̀ anything ò ṣe mí. Ẹsẹ̀ tó ń sọ pé arthritis pé ó ti ń jẹ tí mi ò lè fi rìn tẹ́lẹ̀ wọ́n ní egungun ẹsẹ̀ mi reduce. Mo tún fi ń rìn ní ìsìn kò sí anything tó ń ṣe mí. Mo kàn wá wọ́ndà pé wọ́n ìtàwọn doctors yẹn tí wọ́n general hospital ni mo lọ tọ́jú sọ pé ọ̀tọ̀ ní nǹkan tó fún mi oògùn tó fún mi kò ṣiṣẹ́ tó lọ́wọ́ dẹ̀ fi ṣe ìyá rẹ̀ ṣe mọ́.
Thank you. Ẹ ṣé Godwin, thank you for sharing. I'll take 1-2 more. Thereafter, doctor will be off. Okay, we'll take more right after doctor. Let's just. Wow.
I came across before I came across her, I've been battling with a lot of things. I just want to tell you one funny thing. I'm a tailor. Let me say commercial tailor. I'm a commercial tailor. I sew for schools and factories. So it got to a stage my husband said I have to close my shop down, that I have to stop working because I do sell tailoring materials too. Reason was that I couldn't work again. Yes. In fact, throughout this year, I've been at home. I was admitted in the hospital for 2 weeks, and they were diagnosing a lot of things that I had. That one of my kidney has been affected. Not knowing it was a menopause.
Yes, I'll sit with you.
Not knowing it was a menopause until I came across her. They said one of the kidney has problem. So they admitted me for 2 weeks. I was there. But I wouldn't tell people that they said my kidney was affected. I was just telling them, no problem. I had issue with my leg. Because I couldn't walk, I couldn't get up at all. My husband has to close my shop down, that I should stop walking. That if it is this leg, I have to be at home. So ignorance. My shop has been closed down because of this, and it was menopause. I was on no. So I think knowledge is power. So I just want to say a very big thank you to Auntie Toyo. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I think at this point we should make, thank you so much. I think we should make it more interactive by having the doctor here. He says something, then we come, whatever we have questions, and all that. So at this point I'd like for us to help me appreciate Dr. Dr. Joseph Jacob, for making out the time. He was not going to be free. I practically blackmailed him to come. Actually, that's the word. I blackmailed him to come. Thank you very much, sir. You're welcome. Please sit down. I need another mic, though. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, Dr. J, so we're going to have like an interview, a little bit like that. Meanwhile, I've not finished this now. Am I worried? What's involved?
So I'm going to see you. Good morning. I was sent to the gentleman, but I think
the gentlemen are hiding. They're supposed to be here, actually. Yeah. Oh, they are gentlemen. Say they are.
Gentlemen. So we're going to have more like an interactive session. So I will give some background. I must say that.
Interpret for so that
then also I will try and speak some Yoruba as we progress. Yes, I must say that Labalaba did a very good job. She put it a round of applause. So she put it in the right context. Because for everything that has to do. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, yeah. So because she put it in the right context. Because for everything that has to do with life, you have to know the context for you to appreciate the significance of the management process or the care. And that's the whole essence of life, The whole essence of life is to improve the quality of life. Yeah, and then that quality of life can affect you in different form and format, right? She was talking about money. I'm not able to paraphrase exactly what she said, but then when I listen to some of the what I call it testimonies now, or the recant the experience that the people were saying, some have significantly lost revenue because of the condition, right? And I'm sure that some home are also under threat because of that. And you can imagine the fallout from that if that happened in every other thing, and now it's affect the kids, it affect the family, how one little thing leads to a lot of other mishaps, insanity and all that. So I'm approaching it from the perspective of that propensity of the impact of that situation on people's life, right? And that's because that's the angle I am speaking from. Now, having said that, there's something that is common in most of the testimony, and which is also cited by World Health Organization, that menopause is not included largely in the curriculum of health workers.
Ṣẹlẹ̀ sọ Yorùbá, ẹ sọ yẹn díẹ̀ Yorùbá.
Nǹkan tá à ń sọ ni pé menopause a fi sí curriculum àwọn medical practitioners. It's not included there, right? It's not included there.
Why is that?
Because that's a good question. Because like if you start growing old now and you start having gray hair, I'm not sure anybody is going to worry about that. It's just a consequence of your age, right? So menopause is a decline that has to do with age. It's just a decline. It's not a disease. You can't classify menopause as a disease. You can only say that menopause is a decline that has to do with your age. So nobody cares about that. Majorly, I mean, it's just going to happen anyway. Because once you, let me give you the statistics so that I give you the background. Yeah, you hardly see anybody that has menopause before the age of 30. But it can happen before the age of 30. And statistically, only about 0.1% of people of female will experience menopause before the age of 30, right? And
only a few people.
We will not go into the details because there's so many other underlying factors.
Yes.
I will mention some of them.
Mention a little bit.
Yeah, for instance, habit can be part of it. Like smokers may develop menopause earlier, you know.
Àwọn tó bá mu sìgá, wọ́n lè tètè wọ menopause.
Yeah, smokers may develop menopause earlier, and some other.
And sometimes you will not be smoking of cigarettes, is it?
Yeah, smokers. You know, that's why I said smokers, right? Then maybe your race, your ethnicity, you know, all these other genetic factors can play a role. You know, whether you're going to have menopause or not, as early as you know. Then you know, only about 1% will have it before the age of 40. Only about 1%. Again, all these factors are applicable. But largely, most people will experience menopause between the age of 45 and 50, right? In upward, right? And it's going to come in sequence. So that's why you have this classification. You have perimenopause, you have menopause, you have postmenopause. Right? It's going to come in that sequence. Then I will say that also. The significant age, the average age is about, the median age is about 51 years. You know, when you plus or minus divide by whatever, you're going to have 51 years around that. That's when a lot of people will experience that. Okay, so the menopause itself comes in sequence, like I said. So you find out that you start missing out on your periods. Now your menstrual period, right? Maybe it's delayed, maybe it's largely frequent, maybe it's not as heavy as it should be, and maybe the occurrence, which is like monthly, is not that predictable any longer. So you're going to have that experience before you start having that. But in medical terms, before you say somebody is in menopause, actually, you must have had cessation of period for a period of about 12 months continuously. Right?
Oṣù méjìlá gbáko, December to December. Tẹ́ẹ̀bárí period yín, láṣẹ lè sọ pé ẹ wọ menopause. So some people see tí period yín wò tí stop for 12 months and they're already experiencing this. They're like, so kí ló wá kàn mí bẹ́ẹ̀? Wọ́n sì ṣàlàyé fún wa.
Yeah, so that's what you're going to have. Like from that 50 years and above, if you have cessation of period for that continuous time of about 12 months, then you can say that the person is having menopause. All right, I will say that also. Let me say a few things about the symptoms that people can experience when they have menopause. Yeah, most of these symptoms that I mentioned here, you're going to experience that. I think let me pause there and let me take one or two questions first around these things I've said. Then I'll give.
Okay, let me. I have questions, that are already prepared for doctor, and you've touched a little bit about that. I just wanted to hit it because we want to gongo answer. Why is it that people will continue to go to the hospital and all that? They'll continue to run tests. As I told you over the phone, I said there's a woman who they told in her clinic, this woman, and I said, nothing is wrong with you. Go home and don't ever step into this hospital again. You can imagine that. And you can imagine the pain and the trauma this woman had. That at the end of the day, she almost lost herself. In fact, I just don't want to, because she shared a picture with me confidentially. I would have showed her, she's just 55, my age. And I'm sure some of you are like, 55, and she looks, the people I showed, without, I just said, guess how old this woman is. 90 is what they gave me. And all of it is just anxiety, menopause this, menopause that. Why is it, doctor, that when we go to a hospital, we complain all of these things? They have run all the tests. Why don't they end it on menopause tests?
All right, so, okay, let me say this. The training of medical doctors and healthcare.
Hello, one house, please.
So, like Riley said, and that's why I cited a reference of WHO that it's widely known that the training of healthcare workers generally does not really pinpoint in their curriculum something on menopause, because it's a natural process that happens just like the whitening of your hair when you're old and all that. So there's no significant attention on that, right? However, advocacy, like we try to make advocacy for people to have, you only see what you're looking for. If you're not looking for something, you're not going to say. And there is a kind of bias also when you come to see a doctor. If he's not looking for menopause, he takes your history, right? But on the second thought, it takes a little experience for him to know that he can suspect menopause, right? Because if a woman comes to you and she is like 51 years old or 50 years old and she presents some symptoms like that, you may want to do tests that are related, right? To see if there's a decline in our hormone, like especially you look at the estrogen and the progesterone. Like in menopause, basically, for normal people, for normal situation, like when you say before menopause, your hormone, your estrogen level may be between 30 picograms to about 400 picograms, right? And then for a situation of menopause, you will have that decline significantly to about 0 to about 30 picogram, ranging between that. So that's a significant fall in that hormone. The same thing you do, like if somebody is pregnant, it's definitive to check the level of estrogen in the blood, because now let me say something. Yeah, that's not a definitive test, because the truth about it is that this hormone fluctuates in the body depending on the situation, and so it's not definitive. But for someone that is age of 50 and above, that could be a little indication, right? Because if you see that there's a significant reduction in the level of that hormone, you may suspect that that person, of course, with the accompanying symptoms, which are very obvious. All the symptoms that I mentioned here, all flushes and all that, they also accompany symptoms, and all that together, you can suspect that, okay, let me see if this person is a menopause test. And I think the people that have said, hey, they've gone to the hospital and they've been tested, they've gone for menopause. As you age, the production of this hormone decreases significantly. And these hormones are responsible for the way you feel before menopause and the way you feel after menopause. So the presence of this hormone will contribute to the way you feel before menopause and then the way you feel after menopause. So where's Labalaba? So that's the reason basically why maybe doctors are not spot on to see that this is what is wrong with you when you make all that known to them.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. JJ. Okay, question? Got a question?
mentioned that you just said something right now. We're meant to do it. I need to know what does that have to do with menopause?
Yeah, you're not very audible. Come again.
You did mention right now that when we get to the hospital, you said something about doing the cholesterol test. Cholesterol.
No, I didn't mention that. I didn't mention cholesterol. Progesterone.
Please, can you explain? I don't know what that is.
Progesterone and estrogen, sir. Please explain the hormones to us.
Okay, so progesterone and estrogen, they are basically the hormone that regulate the reproductive process in the body for the female. They control the release of egg and all that. And of course, when the egg are not fertilized or they are fertilized, they also control whatever happens. You know, these are the hormones. So in what do you call it? And the situation of menopause. So there is a significant reduction in this hormone. That's what happens, and that's why women feel the way they feel during menopause. So now, what I'm saying is that if a woman comes to you with at the age of like 51 years old or thereabout, from 50, 45 or thereabout, and she has all that symptoms, instead of looking for cancer and every other thing you're looking for, you may also suspect menopause, right? And one of the things that will help you is to ask questions along that line and ask if there are being irregular periods, right? And if there are being irregular flow, then you want to also find out in a very significant way the level of that hormone in the blood, right? If that hormone has decreased significantly in the blood, then you can suspect that those symptoms are due to that hormone. Do you understand? And that person is around that level of menopause.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Good afternoon, man.
The challenges, okay? I go to the hospital. I should not suggest to the doctor the test should run. Doctor should tell me to run some tests. But you go to the hospital and the doctors don't even think along that line. How can we reorientate our doctors to start thinking along that line? So as women, we don't have issues. Yes, right. They help us solve our problems, not add to our problems.
Okay. All right. Okay, how do we orientate that, doctor? Can we take one more question? Okay. Someone is here.
I'm sorry, my name is Apostle. I want to ask is that we don't have the medication.
Oh, but you're not very audible, man. You're not audible. I can't hear you properly. Yeah, but I heard that, but yeah, which one? Yeah. You want to use my mic? Sorry about that.
What I'm trying to point out is that in this side of the world, I mean, where my country here, there should be a medication for menopause. Like in England, you have it. If you go to the GP, as a lady, you first make sure that
there should be a medication.
And you just decided that maybe the medical team, they were not aware of things like that. Maybe they were not training to it in this part of the world. If a woman is above 50, 51, and he goes to the GP and complains about one or two symptoms that is affecting her, and that's because it's a seasonal thing. You understand me? It's step by step. And complain that, oh, I have a headache, a very hot flush from here, and it's down there is the flush. That's the doctor possibly will know that you are eating your menopause. And they will not, because it's not compulsory, they will not ask them to go, unlike me, they have on the test. If you have any trust, they will take a swab and go and test it. If you have an headache, you understand that you have to send it to an hospital and they test again. Then you're not certain that, madam, you are eating your menopause. There's this milligram of this milligram of medication for you to take. It's now up to you if you want it to run out naturally, because nature can eat things. or you want to go on medication for it. So in this part of the world where you are now, where we are, is there any way, I mean, this lady, my sister, I want this thing to be broadcasted, you understand? Because people are dying. Manager finished because of this nonsense. Because they are not enlightened about it. They don't even know what is happening. And a single-handed person is doing this under this roof, and many people out there, even enlightened people, they don't even know about it. Because the doctors, the nurses, are supposed to help them. They are zero. So is there any way that in your life you can help this lady to broadcast this, to be more enlightened? Go on the TV. Let the government know about it. Marriages are finished. And one of them, my marriage finished because of Josh. Because I accused him of cheating on me. No, it was menopause. You understand me? So is there any way we can help to bring this to the limelight with your own help? Because we are a medical person. I mean, see, I'm not ladies that way. Some might even be shy, they can't come out and tell what they're going through. But one is in the limelight, this all will not contain people. You understand it? So try and help us. Why can't the government of Nigeria put their medical team to help ladies in their country where they're suffering? Some are mentally destroyed because of these things. Let us help our own people. I came purposely to this when I saw the lady on TikTok, and I started calling to Nigeria anyway. And now we're here. And I'm here. And I'm going to do this.
All right, thank you. All right, thank you very much. So I can take the two. So let me say something. Before we progress, before we take the other question, let me say something. So thank you very much, Ma, for your contribution. I think first I would say that's why I make reference to the citation from the World Health Organization that it's not included in the curriculum of medical workers. So that may reflect not only this part, may reflect what happens generally, right, around the world, you know. But I would say that. Let me say, as we keep talking about something like we're talking about it here, it's going to evolve, right? And that evolution of knowledge is what we make people, practitioners, to be aware. And all of us here are significant, will contribute significantly to the development in that sense. Yeah, I will support whichever way I can. Like I am here today because I wanted to also be part of the discussion, right? So now, if the doctors are aware, it's very easy for them to also highlight that, because there are trigger factors, right, that will indicate that they need to do a little finding along that path. But if they're not aware, like he said about a doctor who was affected by the condition and was not even aware that was what she was going through. So, you know, this is the reality. And that's why I guess we are having this session to create that awareness. And I don't know, but I think, I don't know the plan of Labalaba to take the conversation forward.
So we have to help her forward and for the medical association in this country. Maybe from Lagos, you can start, and from the other states to join you.
Yeah.
We need to help women. We are your mothers, we are your sisters.
Yeah.
We need help.
Yeah.
So she has started single-handedly. Let government help.
Yeah.
But if you can broadcast this by tomorrow on the TV, you can actually to see a lot of people that will come online.
Yeah, you're right. So I will also have that discussion with her and share some ideas, you know, and I try to be part of the conversation. So I will come back to some of the things you said, but let me take another question then.
Doctor, can you just give us a very list of full details?
Why are you using your own voice now? Speak up.
Okay. Please, can you give us, I mean, people that have talked about having heat rush and all that, don't know what that is. Can you give us full detail of like symptoms of menopause?
Okay. All right. So let me say something. The ones that are very common that you may experience, right? The list may be inexhaustible, but let me mention some that may be very pertinent. Like for instance, the heat flush in all that, the heat in the face, spreading over the body, sweating, not being able to sleep at night, and stuff like that. They're very common, right? And of course, somebody mentioned osteoporosis. That's like loss of bone density, and that's significant. I would say that is significant. If you are walking and find out that you are missing your steps, or your legs are a bit light, there's significant loss of balance, right? And that's like a condition like osteoporosis, that the density of the bone is being lost, the mass of the bone, right? Why I say that is significant is because you may fall in the bedroom, right? You may hit your head on the wall of the bedroom. Yes, I've seen people that lost their life because they hit their head on the wall or they fell, right? So you notice all that. I will advise, I will say certain things that will help you when you see some of these symptoms, right? And there will be loss of libido, right? Libido is like the sex drive. So there's a significant loss of libido. Then during sex, there's painful sexual intercourse because of vaginal dryness. Okay? So you experience that significantly. What do you say? Does it work? Yeah, it could impact memory. There could be even loss of body mass. To an extent, loss of body mass. So you see, there's mood swing, right?
Yes. Are you on the menopause platform? You know, on that form, we have about 40 symptoms that we're indicated on. We have hot flashes, cold flashes, night sweats, calming feelings. It's in the growth of old, nice. About 40.
And there will be irritability. You will be very irritable.
Depression, anxiety, memory loss, faulty memory, bloating, weight gain, dizziness, change of body odor, bleeding gum, burning tongue, chronic and bad breath, weakened fingernails, so many.
So those are the things. But how we talk about osteoporosis? How we find a time to talk about osteoporosis? How we make mention of painful sexual intercourse at one point or the other? Then I will talk about the ones I mentioned. I'll try to highlight on those ones and see and recommend basic remedy. Because I believe that the most important thing in this conversation is to have something to take home as what you can do. Because the symptoms, as for the symptoms, they will come. But what do you do when they come? And how can you manage yourself? You know, and then of course, when you go to the hospital and she was talking about prescriptions. Yeah, there are prescriptions, hormonal therapies, depending on what your care provider will say. We can say it's hormone replacement therapy, which is what you will likely say in association with menopause. But on the general term, he may say it's an hormone therapy. You know, whatever. You know, and I also tell you the challenges, the downside, the possible side effect or consequence, right? And but the most important thing, I will mention pragmatic steps. Somebody is standing up. You want to say something? Good morning, man.
When you go to your area, do you only discuss the things that affect you and doctors, or do you discuss the things that affect your patients? Like for example, now we're explaining, or a lot of people are explaining, how a lot of women don't even understand World Menopause, and in the curriculum of the medical school, in going through university for medicine, it is just something we brush back. It's not like a course we read or do research into. The menopause exists. So when you go to NME, my question is, do you guys even think about how to say this to other doctors? Like, can you bring it up? Is there a way for this awareness to be created in your own, like in the NME, when you go to this conference? Like your annual conference. Sorry, for those that don't understand, NME means the doctors, their conferences and stuff. So, do you guys discuss this thing? Do you sit down and make other doctors, because a lot of doctors don't even know that this is your problem. I stumbled into a lady at a nail salon that was even begging her doctor to just find one thing. She just wanted the doctor to be sure that something is wrong with her because she loses her mind. It was because I was there. Then I started explaining to her, she has lost her hair, she has bleached, she has menopause. It's just a natural thing. Every woman, as long as God has created you and you're on this earth, you go through menopause. But how do we help each other? You, the doctor, and we that are not doctors. How do we help one another? When you go to this seminars, do you talk about these things? Do you even talk about your patients? Or it's just only about yourself or your problems? How the hospital does not have water or light? Do you talk about the people that come into the hospital, the problems they come to face, and how it's be solved? Sorry, sir, that is
Thank you very much, ma'am, for the question. I wanted to stay within the scope of the discussion, so I don't want to go deep into medical curriculum. Like there are so many things that can be a subject, of discussion. And one thing is that, generally speaking, focus creates a level of blindness, because when I'm looking at you, I'm not looking at anywhere else, So it's possible for certain discussions to be omitted. Like I rightly said at the beginning of the conversation, it was well cited by World Health Organization that this is not a focus point. Just like the color of your hair will not be a focus point in a discussion, but that can affect you significantly with respect to the way you perceive yourself. So part of what we need to do is what we're doing, and that's why we're talking about it, to create a level of awareness and advocacy for people to be aware. And of course, at the level of government, for necessary government intervention if necessary. So, but where the curriculum is designed, menopause is in the medical books. Emphasis is what we're talking about. So if emphasis is not placed on a particular area of study, because, it's a decline, natural decline due to age, what do you do, right? So, but then of course, when you come to a medical doctor, he is interested in the medical situation you are presenting, and because of the symptoms, because menopause can even affect your blood pressure, right? So he is concerned about your blood pressure, and what is going to do to take care of that. He's concerned about all the other significant symptoms you are presenting and trying to find the reason, because those are actually life-threatening, right? But along the line, I guess, as we keep talking about it, a lot of people will be aware, and then that settles that. All right.
There's a pain, and that can last about 2 or 3 weeks as well. Many other things that have to go through medication that one can do that will
Okay, we are talking about what to do. Okay, so that means that take the conversation to the next level. Now that's what to do, right? So we are on what to do now.
Let this lady speak so that we can take it from together.
Good morning, ma'am.
For those of you that went for family planning, so we don't really experience different from general.
Okay, how old are you, man? 45. Are you already experiencing premarital menopause?
Since 4 years ago.
Ma? Since 4 years ago. So what are your experiences?
A lot of experience.
One, number two, number three. They are part of menopause. Yeah,
we normally advise women to go for
family planning.
Oh, family planning. Why?
Please, let's listen to this conversation. Man, we can't hear you.
When we go to the hospital,
please
let's tell the doctors that we have family planning. Most of them are just going against it this time around. That is not good for the women. But like my own,
no, I didn't understand.
I go for family planning for 4 years, 2 months elections. And since ever in my life, I don't ever have any complaint, even BP. But after this family planning for 4 years, I started 2018 and I stopped for 2021 when I went to the doctor, and one of my sister-in-law was the doctor too. She now contacted with that doctor that they should not give me the injection again. When I stopped it, they gave me some drugs. I feel okay. But later, it's in condom. Since then, it was understood.
You have been having issues.
Yeah.
So, what you're saying? So, can I get you clearly, man? Yeah, what you're saying is.
There was many places that I went to test.
Okay, it's possible. Yeah, no, yeah, well, I wouldn't want to comment basically on that, but you know what, whatever you take can affect your system, because depending on the planning, the system of the plan, if it's affecting the hormone, you know, I wouldn't know. There are different kind of what you do. It can affect your hormone level and all that. So whatever, you know, it's possible. Let's not comment deeply on that, right? So we're going to talk about what to do, right? I'm going to say certain things that I believe helps greatly, right? And, you know, like, you know, everybody has his opinion on issues, but I'm going to say certain things that can actually help. One of it is when you have, let me start by addressing osteoporosis, right?
Let's listen,
Let me start by addressing.
I need bodyguard. Once I catch you, you automatically become a bodyguard.
Okay, let me start by addressing osteoporosis. But before then, let me say nutrition. Nutrition is very important, right? And having the right nutrition in place. Let us start from there, because most disease conditions are born out of problem malfunctioning or when you say malnutrition, I'm not saying in the general term the way people look at it. Malnutrition is abnormal nutrition. It could be very good to this side, very bad to this side, but abnormal nutrition. So that can happen. So malnutrition. So you need to have a proper nutrition, right? So some fruit can help. Fish oil, salmon, omega-3. Yeah, all that can help. Right, omega-3, berries, cucumbers, certain fruit can help you. I mean, food that have fibers and all that. So you need to eat properly. You need to eat well, you know, right? Supplementation can help. Some of these things I mentioned are even a supplement.
Supplements.
Right, some rice supplement can help. Some American ginseng. This is what you have in menu rice, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so American ginseng and some other kind of supplements, like that can help, right? For loss of bone density, calcium is very significant, intake of calcium is very significant. Daily intake of calcium, right?
Do we use calcium daily or as prescribed by a doctor?
So low doses of calcium, right? Low doses if you are taking it every day. If there's no major whatever, it's just for supplement, maybe up to like 100 milligrams daily can help, right? Maybe about 100 milligrams because actually, 100 milligrams. 100 milligrams is just one tablet because so most of them comes with 100 milligrams. I don't but there's something I want to say. There's something I want to say about calcium supplement. If you're taking calcium as a single supplement, you want to know the salt, right? If it's a lactate or if it's a gluconate, right? Because the salt is important. If it's a lactate, that means it has lactose. Some people are lactose intolerant, right? So you want to be sure that you are not taking calcium lactate if you are lactose. You just want to know the salt. But I mean, just basic supplement. For a while, you can take it for a while. Okay? Now, atrophy, that's like the dying of organs or tissue that are not used again over a period of time, right? That's exactly what happened in menopause. There is atrophies, the ovary, right? Atrophies, that's like become vestigia or like not like. So the body that you are not using, what I'm trying to point out that the part of the body you are not using will atrophies to an extent. That's why some people right hand is stronger than their left because they don't use the left, they use the right. So exercise is important. That's what I'm trying to drive at. So when you exercise, what it does is that there's a significant contraction of muscles that pushes blood to the extremities, and the blood carry oxygen. So what it means that there is exchange of oxygen to the cells of that part of the body, and also there is exchange of nutrients that are carried in the blood. So exercise can play a significant role, and also exercise.
Bodyguard number one.
So exercise releases certain neurotransmitters like enkephalins, endorphins, and those naturally occurring substances in the body that are released through exercise can help you to feel good. That's why some people feel good after exercise. And that's why some people also feel exercise withdrawal syndrome. You know what I mean? If you stop exercise, you feel like, like that. So some of those natural occurring substances can help you, and exercise can help you strengthen your body system significantly. But however, I would say exercise has to be tailored to recommendation, right? So it shouldn't be something that will be counterproductive. Exercise will also help, right? Talking about intercourse and dryness, simple lubricant can help, right? There are lubricants like moist, KY jelly. Those lubricants can help to lubricate. No, because they're just lubricant. They even use them during surgery, right? To lubricate the gloves.
Then intense foreplay. Don't allow the man to just come. Open your legs. Ensure you have one clock in your bedroom. 45 minutes foreplay.
So significant reduction of stress Now, stress can affect your adrenal gland and the way you respond to sexual stimulus. Right? So you want to reduce your stress and rest well, right? Exercise, eat well, rest well.
Have sex. Pleasurable sex. Good sex.
Yeah.
Good behind the door.
You know, yeah, so anything that you do that increase your level of comfort will actually help you, including dressing the way that will enhance you not to be inconvenience. Like when you dress in a way that like if you are here in this part of the world, which is a tropic, you dress like you are in the Western Hemisphere, like you are in Europe. Of course, you're going to feel it. So you want to dress appropriately so that you can be more comfortable. Now, this is like managing the process asymptomatically, right? I mean, symptomatically rather, sorry. You manage it based on the symptoms I present. And that's the attitude thing about management. Management is based on the symptom because the symptoms varies and they disappear. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. They don't stay like forever, like, yeah, so they disappear with time. So the time that they come, you manage it in that's okay, you're fine, right? If you go to the hospital, the doctor may want to give you hormone therapy. Let me quickly talk about that. So if you opt to take most of the now, if you have an uterus, right? If you have an uterus, that means that you have to take both progesterone and estrogen. The reason is that if you take only estrogen, you are predisposed to the risk of maybe predisposed to the risk of cancer. Let's put it that way, right? But if you don't have a uterus, you can take only estrogen, right? And estrogen itself can come in tablet for insertion, ring that is put inside the vagina, spray that is sprayed on the upper arm, gel that you rub on your body, pills that you swallow, like that. All right, I think that does it, right? The challenges are there for like every medicine you take. The challenges are always there. I think that brings us to the end, right?
No, sir. Okay, I'm really sorry that I'm actually no. I said I feel so good coming here today, but I feel bad because my mom, she's been sick for so many years. She went to India, she went for surgery and all that. And I guess everything is just adding up now. And my nutrients are all, So I just want to suggest something to Madam Labana. See, the way we have this thing, if she's going to have maybe like this quarter, let them remain home with their husbands. So that this talk is not just for women. If the men can actually know what their wives are going through, I think it's based because of what my mom went through, it's going to help. Then also she said something about incorporating this into the medical, the way we do antenatal, if there's a way they can have the one for men to educate them, so they know how to handle their wives during this process. Because honestly, my emotions are all crushed right now. But things I'm really happy that I have, but this should go beyond just me. I think it should be the whole, men should be involved.
If you like to take tea, black tea is very good. I know women like to take a lot of green tea. All right, I think that's it. Any other question? No, there's black tea. It's different from coffee.
Ní time àwọn.
Ibo lẹ ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ àárín yìí o.
Ibi la ti ń sọ̀rọ̀. I'm here. Ní time àwọn màmá wa, wọ́n máa ní ẹni tí ó bá ti wọ menopause kò gbọ́dọ̀ máa dóko. Understand yìí pé ó máa ń jẹ́ kí inú tóbi. But nísìn mo rí pé wọ́n sọ pé.
Ẹ tún gọ́tẹ̀ sọ, ẹ tún sọ.
Wọ́n ní ilé ayé àwọn màmá wa, àwọn màmá wa, wọ́n lẹ́yìn tó bá ti wọ menopause yẹn kó máa dóko, kó máa gba kò ní àtàrà. Ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n lè pé àwọn màmá sọ pé wọ́n máa ní ikùn tó tóbi. Bọ̀dún sìn á sọ pé ká máa ṣe ká máa tẹ̀sẹ̀ sókè, máa gbẹ́rí rẹ̀ wọlé. Báwo ló ṣe jẹ́ wọn? Àbí ṣé mo sọ ti mú?
Yes, bẹ́ẹ̀.
All right. So what she's saying, she was talking about in the olden days. Do you want to comment to that question? Do you want to comment?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and comment.
Nǹkan tí olóyìnbó máa ń pè ní myth òun ni nǹkan tó yẹ pé àwọn èèyàn máa ń sọ ọ̀pọ̀ rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Ibi tí òye wá dé olówádé ká sọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀. Àtọ́lé mi ti gba kùkúmbà nípa olómi sí o. Mo ti ṣe menopause láti 4 years. Àlọ́ ìkan kí má bàa léètì mo fẹ́ gba ọwọ́. You know that's what I'm talking about. I never take shot one before coming. But because of time, I decided to say, the night shall continue well restored. Hello? When last did you have it? Yesterday, what's that? Hello? And do you know what? I realized that breast sucking helps. Do you have that same experience? If I have a witness in the house, your hands in the air. You know sometimes, I mean use my two hands. Back it together. Hello? Doctor, I hope you're not embarrassed.
No, I'm not serious.
And I realize that when I'm doing that, the ringing tone will change. Should I tell you my ringing tone? Baba was able to me, so to when you're going to it, where you You know, sometimes during menopause we don't want to talk about sex. We don't want to. Sometimes we feel like that. What it starts from the mind is a deal of the mind. If you can just lift up the bonding in your mind, all the things we are going through, who down help? Hello? One like what? Continues. Let's stop this our attitude. We'll be waiting for our husband to call us. Me, I know they call and we just say, I need this thing, just come on. I don't have time. Bring this thing out. I'll see. She was here. Oh, yeah, man. Come forward. It's still like you're fifth, okay, fifth. Can you profession see me? Secondly, she will not say only time to stop. So much. Okay. So if your libido is very high, low, what do you do? Or you don't feel like having sex? What you should do is first distress. Like I told you, it's a thing of the mind. Then I usually tell women that women ordinarily opens up to men that are kind and nice. Two of us. So if your guy is not kind and nice, make this kind of trust and we are asking him. Do you understand what I'm talking about? This is serious.
We are done, right?
Yes. I wasn't following. So, the other question
I would like you to do
What
like
age?
What age? For some people, it's a lifetime. For some people, it may stop after 5 years. For some people, it's a lifetime. So it has to do with your body metabolism. That's the truth.
What is it?
Doctor, you want to say something to that? They want to know how long.
Okay, how long? Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, let me use a big word. Let me use a big word to describe that. Menopause is going to last for a long time. It's going to last for a long time once it starts. Yeah, because just like when you say, how long will I have gray hair? For a long time. It's like a transformation of the body to another level, right? So it's going to be for a long time. All right. There's a question.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you, Doctor. You said something about organic fashion. Yes, ma'am. So, I notice that whenever I take fashion, maybe after a week I stop and I continue. When I'm walking, I used to feel sound in my nail. I don't know whether it's normal. It's not painful, but it's just be making sound. If I'm coming
sound,
to you know that
where is sound coming?
from the nails, my nails.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But it's not painful. But somebody will normally know that I'm coming.
Okay, so it's possible, because like we said, there are significant decrease in the normal body function, and I wanted to say something about arthritis. A lot of people, thanks for the question, because that's one of the things I want to talk about, which I think omitted that. Yeah, arthritis affects people significantly, right? And it can be very painful, right? Again, for arthritis, the calcium supplement we have for arthritis. But I tell you one secret for arthritis. That's the knee arthritis. If you have arthritis, watch your weight.
Hello,
okay.
Please.
Now, I will also talk about spondylosis. I will talk about spondylosis, right? I talk about arthritis, right? So watch your weight. There is no complete treatment of arthritis without a significant weight loss. Because some of the time, weight gain can predispose you to arthritis naturally. Because that means you have a lot of mass in the upper extremity that weighs on the knees, and that means that the knee has a lot of wear and tear, which can reduce. So it becomes worse with menopause, right? So you want to be sure that you have good diet and you are not putting on weight unnecessarily for arthritis. Then, of course, some over-the-counter medications like ibuprofen, cataflam, some of those things can help at the time you are having that arthritis pain. But remember, if you are taking any of these non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, be sure you don't have the underlying condition of ulcer, right? Yeah, because those drugs reduce the integrity of the mucosal lining, and they can predispose the stomach to corrosion from the acid within the stomach itself. So you want to take them with food also, not on empty stomach. That's about arthritis, what she was talking about. Right. I think that is it. Okay, I was going to talk about spondylosis. That's like a, at the back of the vertebra, that's the vertebral column now, at your back, can undergo, especially at the lumbar. This part of the body is called the lumbar region, right? So that could be because of posture, right? And the thinning of the bone and the loss of bone density, the bone can become weird and teared to the point that there's a protrusion, a sharp protrusion of the bone that infringes on the nerve, and that can cause significant pain. And when that pain happens, right?
Let us break this.
Okay.
Just use simple English.
Okay, what I'm saying is that you have this bone here, right? That's like the vertebrae. Due to pressure or posture, right? The way you sit, the way you bend, and like that. And significantly, in menopause, we already said that the bone density decreases, right? So there will be wear and tear, like normal wear and tear, like the bone erodes. So, and it exposes a part that can be very sharp, that can touch the nerves that passes through that area, right? And when that happens, you're going to feel pain in that place and elsewhere. Everywhere the nerve goes to, you find the pains there. So some people will say, I'm feeling the pain is here, the pain is here. I don't know if everybody has experienced that kind of thing. Yeah, so it's a problem of posture. So two things you can do is to do some exercise to strengthen this place. So, and then watch the way you sit, your posture, exercise to strengthen this place. Analgesics like cataflam, any of the non-steroidal inflammatory drug. But I said something, make sure you don't have ulcer. And if you have ulcer, don't take it on empty stomach and all that. And then, so don't be worried. Don't be worried if you have that. It may just be due to that.
My right hand goes from head like this down. I'm feeling pain. Ibo ni tó bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti ẹ̀yìn yẹn, so ibi tí nerves yẹn bá wà ẹ máa fi pain yẹn bẹ̀, right? So yeah. And it always makes a sound, and I'll be hearing the sound.
Yeah, so there's a grinding of the bone. So you have to be if you go to the gym, for instance, you go to the gym, you tell, okay, so, but exercise has to be directed towards certain muscles, you understand? So if you have an instructor, let the instructor know you want to increase the strength of your lumbar bone. Do you understand? That's the bones here. Yeah, there are about 4 bones that hold the, you have the quadratus lumboros, the erectus spinatus, all the bones around this area, you want to strengthen the bone. Right. It's going to...
Thank you very much. So, the last question, okay, come over. We need to end this segment. Can you put your hands together for our doctor? That one na for downstairs.
Good morning, ma'am. My own question is that if you start menstruating early at the age of 11, I said if you start menstruating early at the age of 11 years and then stop early, like 40 years, you enter menopause and you are still started taking, maybe you and your husband, you are making fun. Is it going to have any effect in future? maybe by that year you don't have pregnancy again, what will happen?
A ti sọ̀rọ̀ ń pa ẹ̀ ṣẹ́gbọ́n Yorùbá. A ti sọ̀rọ̀ ń pa ẹ̀ míì tó bá ní èèyàn ti ṣe nǹkan oṣù, ó ti stop nǹkan oṣù. Tí ọ̀pá wa ń bọ́kùnrin lò pọ̀, bóyá ọkàn máa ṣe, kò sí nǹkan tó máa ṣe yẹn máa gbádùn ara yín lọ. Okay, what she's saying is that after maybe she started menstruation early and started menopause early, and if she wants to get pregnant, how can she go about it?
Okay. If I understand what she's saying, like she's already on menopause. If you're on menopause, you can't get pregnant again. But however, you can do right, in vitro fertilization, right?
Yeah. So if you want to get pregnant in menopause, IVF is your go-to.
But should I say something? There is possibility of transmission of sexual disease, like sexually transmitted disease during menopause. So you have to protect yourself.
Please, are we listening? The doctor says that there is a very high rate of contacting sexually transmitted disease during menopause because of the dryness.
Because of the dryness, because of the thinning of the wall of the ovaries, the vagina itself, it becomes very thin, at that time. So anything that goes in there can go to the other side, and then there are risk of bruises, so you have to be more careful, right?
So if your husband has snatched the timber, you will ensure that you are well lubricated. If not, there will be bruises during sex.
I think basically that's everything. I hope that we will learn one or two things, and we know that self-care is the most important thing of all kind of care. So again, psychologically, you shouldn't feel something bad has happened to you. It's an inevitable process of life. You should manage it, you should embrace it, and you should also stand up for yourself. One way to stand up for yourself is to do exercise, is to dress well, to use supplements, and then to, like every other aging condition that you will experience, you can significantly improve your appearance, you can improve your confidence, and by doing certain things that will help by modifying your diet, by changing your lifestyle habits, adjusting your lifestyle habits, eating well, sleeping well,
having good sex,
having good sex with the necessary state of mind, right? The necessary state of mind, and also try to love, and because like if we try to appreciate what we have, it helps our mental state significantly. By appreciating whatever we do, appreciate, we depreciate. So you appreciate what you have achieved in life. Look at your kids, look at your house, look at everything, look at it differently. Always look at the positive side, not the negative side. Because if you look at the negative side, your brain will be programmed that way. But if you look at the positives of life, it's going to help. Listen to music, have good conversation with your friends.
Go for swimming, party.
And don't always go home like you eat at home all the time. You can eat out in the restaurant. You can go to the beach, look at the nature, look at beautiful things of life, take a trip. Just have a good time, and then you find out that your energy and your hormones will come back, right?
Standing ovation for our doctor. Please rise to give him a standing ovation and a round of applause. Thank you very much, doctor. It's been an interesting journey. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You may take your seat. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. So before we go on, can we just do light exercise? Touch the shoulder of the person sitting in your front. If no one is sitting in your front, just stretch your hand to the front. Hello? It is not selfie time. Hello?
Okay, maybe we can quickly do selfie time. Okay, go on, man.
Hello?
Yeah, go on, man.
Touch the shoulder of the person
in your front or you stretch your hand. Okay. Hello.
Straight in front of you like this. Yes, I get it.
Yes. Thank you very much. Close your eyes while doing that. Close your eyes.
Ẹ jẹ́ ká díjú.
I want you to think about 30 years ago. Maybe you are in the university, maybe you are learning a trade,
or a business.
Maybe you are just getting married and, maybe 30 years ago your husband came to propose.
Maybe. Just maybe.
30 years ago, maybe you just got a new job or you were still in school. Just think back. Something happened that gave you this joy and is something that you will ever live.
Let's shut our eyes. Let's try and shut our eyes and imagine or picture. Cast your mind back.
So when we are done, somebody's going to share their experience. So there's something 30 years ago that happened and you were very elated, happy. And when you look back, this is some of the things that makes you want to stay alive and be grateful. You want to be alive and be grateful. 30 years ago. Breathe in. Release it. Breathe in. Release it. Thank you very much. Put your hands together for yourself.
Put your hands together for yourself.
So I'd like to take just one person to share, to tell us that 30-year story.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am, you can come forward.
Madam Mabridge. Okay, I'll let her come forward. Let her double up and forward. Yes, because you can. Yes, you can.
I needed this. Well, I took my mind back. 73 years ago, when I had my son. The son I called forth spiritually and he came forth.
Wow.
I experienced that joy again today.
Wow.
Thank you very much. What we just did is very therapeutic.
Yes.
Presently, you may look at your life and it looks like nothing is working. But when you look back, you will know that you have not been a failure all this while.
Ẹ sọ ní Yorùbá náà.
I'm sọ.
Ìgbà kan ní ká náwó wá sí
iwájú. Kàdíjú kàrò nǹkan tó ti ṣẹlẹ̀. Yes, please. Thank you, One House. Thank you so much.
Àtìgbà tí mo ti sí menopause láti 12 years ago, wọ́n ti yọ wúùbù mi àti ovaries.
Ẹgbẹ́ fẹ́mi dáadáa.
Wọ́n ti yọ wúùbù mi àti ovaries mi. Ó dàbí ẹni pé àpò ayé kan ni mo wà pé mi ò sí ní ayé mọ́. Kò sí òògùn tí mi ò lò, kò tọ́ sí tùtù mi ò lò. Ṣùgbọ́n ìgbà kan ní pé ká ṣe kinní yẹn, mi ò mọ bí mo ro gbogbo ẹ̀. Lẹ́gbọ̀n ni mí ń gbà yẹn, mo máa lọ sẹ́kọ̀ọ́, mo máa ránṣọ fáwọn Wema Bank, First Bank. Mo máa lọ sẹ́kọ̀ọ́.
Sorry, please, One House.
Mo máa lọ ra aṣọ ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ máa rìn kiri máa ṣe everything. Mo lè gbàwẹ̀ fúnjọ́ mẹ́ta kí n má ṣe ṣùgbọ́n mo máa wà pa. Bọ̀ láti ìgbà tí mo ti ní crisis yẹn, inú mi ò dùn. Ọgbà tán ní pé ká ṣe kínní yẹn, mi ò mọ bí ẹ̀rí ṣe jáde láti bí ẹ̀rí yẹn jáde, mi ò rẹ́rìí yẹn láti bí 12 years ago. Ẹ̀rí yẹn jáde. Menopause yẹn ló sọ ní di arúgbó àti 55 years old. Mi ò ní dùn. Tó bá gbé mi jáde lọ sí Chinese restaurant àti gbogbo ẹ̀ tí everything táwọn ọmọ mi bá tọ́jú mi. Inú ìjọ ìgbìmọ̀ ìkọ́kọ́ ṣe yẹn mi ò mọ bí ẹ̀rí yẹn ṣe jáde.
Thank you very much. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you
we
very
actually
much.
wanted to take one. Oh, yeah, ma.
Okay.
My experience that
Ẹ lè sọ Yorùbá.
about 25 years ago, mo wait, kò sí ọmọ. Nígbà tó pé 10 years, dọ́kítà sọ pé inú mi ò lè gba ọmọ. Mo ti lo nǹkan oríṣiríṣi, mo ò bímọ. But tó máa pé 10 years gẹ́gẹ́ tí mo wait, mo ní first child mi. Bàtí mo tún lóyún yẹn dọ́kítà sọ fún mi pé fẹ́ẹ́ wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ kan, ọmọ wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ kan, but táwọn ọmọ gbé ní àwọn lè bí ọmọ yẹn. But on Christmas day ọlọ́run ká orí ọmọ yẹn mo bí church mo bí sí torí ẹ̀rù yẹn bà nígbà yẹn mi lè lọ sọ́tù láti kọ́ tó fún wa ti máa bí ma for operation baby but by this December of this year ọmọ yẹn máa pé 15 years that's my first child nígbà tí mo tún wá ní ìfọ̀ òun fa ọmọ mo tún wá ní ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì náà nígbà tó tún sọ the same issue tó sì lọ sí ibi tó mo ti bímọ sí mo tún bí ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì sílẹ̀ lórúkọ tó ń gbé tí èmi tó bá gbé mi lè bímọ láyé because mo wẹ́ẹ̀kì ńlá ni mo ṣe fẹ́ pé àwọn ẹgbẹ́ sí ní bomi gbà yẹn pé kí ló sún ẹ lọ ṣe ìyàwó tó ṣe lókun tó báyìí mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ pé lọ́jọ́ tèmi nínú wà nínú àrùn obìnrin jẹ́ pé wọ́n lè sọ pé ọlọ́run ọ̀sẹ̀ ìlú mi náà tó mi.
Wow.
Madam, you want to share?
No, she was just
Okay, okay. For now, yes.
Ẹ sọ ní Yorùbá.
This is the at least by December I'm close 60.
Wow, 60 by December.
Nígbà tí mo fẹ́ bí first child mi, mo dúró for almost 20 years. Before mi tó rí ọmọ yẹn. Ìgbà tí máa nǹkan tó discover pé mi ò lóyún by ovarian cyst. So ọjọ́ tí wọ́n á fẹ́ lọ ṣe operation ovarian cyst. So mo kàn sọ fún dọ́tọ̀ pé
one house place.
Pé mo ń fi bákan. So dọ́tọ̀ yẹn àti ìjẹ́bọ̀dé kan mo ti ṣe test ti lọ ṣe operation. So dọ́tọ̀ yẹn á sọ pé kí n lọ ṣe scan. So ìgbà tí wọ́n á lọ ṣe scan, wọ́n á sọ pé mo ti lóyún. Wọ́n á ní mo ti lóyún pé ovarian cyst wà ń bẹ̀. Wọ́n ní ẹ pé ó wà ń bẹ̀. Pé mo ti àwọn máa ní ìgbà tí ṣe pé torí tí ìgbà tó bá lọ bọ́ọ̀sì sí mi nínú pé ìlú wọ́n á lókè pé ṣùgbọ́n ìgbà pé tí bá ṣe operation ṣé màá tún lóyún wọ́n ní káwọn ṣiṣẹ́ tó mọ tíátà ní right from 8 o'clock láàárọ̀ wọ́n ṣe 2 o'clock so wọ́n ṣàn fáńpà pé káwọn máa ń fọwọ́ kọ ọmọ yẹn nínú so wọ́n ṣe operation yẹn ó wà successful so mo wọ tíátà ní 2 o'clock wọ́n gbé mi jáde ní 8 o'clock láyé so gbàtí wọ́n lọ gbogbo wọ́n lè ṣe operation yẹn ó ti di so mo ń fi wọ́n ṣe ń ṣe wọ́n gbogbo dọ́kọ̀ ẹ̀ wọ́n yẹn sọ̀rọ̀ so ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ó wà táyìnì kan tẹ́ pé ibi tí gbogbo ṣe ń bọ̀ ó wà bẹ́ẹ̀ so wọ́n ṣàṣe operation mo lo 10 days ní hospital so gbogbo ní mo ṣe wà ní hospital wọ́n sọ fún wọn bèèrè lọ́wọ́ pé ṣé mo ò rí blood títí ṣàgbéyé mo bí ọmọ yẹn kò tí láti mo fi bí ọmọ yẹn fẹ́ tó ọmọ yẹn nígbà tí mo tó tí mo bí ọmọ yẹn ó kò ké wọ́n nà kò ké so àgbà ó ṣàgbéwá ké ó ṣàgbéṣá ẹ̀ka àwọn tí mo sọ yìí ó kéré gan but nísìnyí ọmọ yẹn ti tàbí gbọ̀ngbọ̀n lẹ́yìn tí owó náà máa fi ìyàwó láì.
Abi, congratulations ma. Okay, hi, hello. Okay, so right now, because one of the issues tí menopause bá ti dé, ẹ ti rántí ebi wọn máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn lórí TikTok. Àbí tẹ bá ń wo lọ́ọ̀kan báyìí ni pé ìsàlẹ̀ máa gbẹ, ara máa gbẹ, abẹ́ máa gbẹ, ẹnu máa gbẹ, ọwọ́ máa gbẹ,
gbogbo ẹ̀ máa gbẹ.
ọyàngán máa wrinkle. But I want us to narrow it down now to vagina. There's dryness. Menopause brings dryness. And some people will say, did the woman offend God? No. I always say that of our children, the one you know can handle a particular thing, what do? You give it to that child, right? If you know that this my child, that one computer guru, anything about phone and all that, what do you do? If you know that this one, just give him good food and leave him alone. Shebi, Abi? Almighty God himself saw that Obìnrin only handle this part and made you a woman. Are you proud? Yes. Abeg, holla for Ọlọ́run now. So I just want to say that menopause is not punishment for us. God created development and knew that at some point menopause is going to come. So information that you have, this time you can live your baby girl life. I keep saying it. Baby girl, yeah. Do you understand? Okay, so and one of the things that will help us is ìbálòpọ̀. Laba will help at menopause. Somebody says, but I'm a widow, or my husband has not been around since 2018. Am I going to be advertising this over the TikTok? Oh yeah, no. Okay, so in this brochure, we have a lot there. If you cannot even read English much like me, if you cannot really read English like me, don't worry, get somebody to explain some of these things to you one day. Like if you cannot, there's nobody to do sex with you, like your husband is not around, maybe dead or away and all that. There are things to do that will give you pleasure like sex. I'm not talking about masturbation, no, rara o, mi o sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ o, no. And I'm not even talking about sex toys. I'm not knocking that either. Do you understand? I'm just saying there are many things to do and those things are contained here. Alright? So saying that, I'd like to bring on our next Ogbonge doctor. Her own, she just wants to come and tell us about Ogbo. Àti oko. Ogbo gbígbẹ, Ogbo tó ti gbẹ tí ò rí mọ́. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together as we make welcome pharmacist Ngozi Inekwe. I hope I got that right, oh. Meanwhile, I told her, I said last year she was here, I did not recognize her. Today now she now came. She's looking like our daughter. Madam, waiting they happen now, it's just the age backwards.
Actually, this menopause, but I've seen.
But you're just aging backwards. Yeah. You're welcome. You can sit down if you want, or you can use here. All right, okay.
Good day, everyone. Good day, mommy.
Okay, so about our interpreter. She's going to help us interpret?
Yeah, she can. Good morning, good day, everybody. In fact, you are all beautifully made. In fact, looking at you guys, I'm just satisfied. I came last year actually, but I ran out. But this year, when she called me, I said I must be here. And I've been listening to all of you, men, women. When they ask us what are we bringing to the table, I think we are bringing
a lot.
Yeah,
a lot.
Really going through a lot. But I want to tell you mothers that we are unique. We are wonderfully made by God. So when we talk about menopause, it's just it's not a disease, it's just a symptom. And we know when God creates things, He Himself, He knows that giving us the capacity, just like when you give birth to a baby that is so big, you will be asking yourself, where can I get the strength to carry such a baby? But you see yourself, you cruise through it, you carry the baby without anything happening to you. And so the same thing with menopause. If you're experiencing it, it's just like, let's just take it as life, let us live our life. So I'm going to talk about vaginal dryness.
They want you to use this one.
I don't want to go into medical terms. I don't want to go into medical terms. Yeah. So vaginal dryness, I know some of us will be experiencing it, but it's just here, minds. Only just minds. It's just what you have, like even girls in 20s, 30s, 40s, some of them they still experience vaginal. But we mothers, maybe because of domestic work stress, all those things, it can come in between our sex or our love life.
Gbogbo àwọn kan tá à ń ṣe gẹ́gẹ́ bí obìnrin, ó máa ń jẹ́ kí irú àwọn pé abẹ́gbẹ́ yẹn kó máa affect ìbálòpọ̀ wa.
And I just let me remove the medical aspect of it. You know, our daddies, everything depends on love, fun, friendship, how you started the foundation you build on your marriage. When you got married to your husband, the things you love about him, just the positive thing, not negative thing. I know some men can be so, but we will still deal with them.
That if you remember what you...
Yes, because that foundation is very important.
Ó ní ìdí tí abẹ́ wa ṣe máa ń gbẹ nígbà míì, òun ni irú ìhà tí ọkọ wa kọ sí wa.
So most times you look at those things that attracted you to your husband, because may remembering what must have happened during your 20s and your 30s with your husband, it can bring back memories, and that memory can start simulating you. And another thing is, don't be too conservative. Just be free. Just be free. Don't be too conservative. Be free with your husband. Is your partner. What you need, you say it. What you need, you say it. If you say, I want to make love now and I want to do, it's not a crime. It's your husband. It's not a crime. Don't just make it maybe religion or culture. No, don't just be free with the man. And you can also go up, because most times, like me personally, I think I prefer love making in the morning before I leave.
Wọ́n ní gẹ́gẹ́ bí àwọn bó ṣe jẹ́ ibi tó ti bàjẹ́ gan. I don't know, I like it.
Yes, it makes me to fight to.
Wọ́n ló máa ń jẹ́ kó rí àwọn pé àwọn lè ṣiṣẹ́ dáadáa, àwọn lè ronú dáadáa.
So you have to know your spots.
Wọ́n ní kẹ́ mọ́ra yín.
You have to know what makes you happy as a woman, because all of us, we are different. What makes me happy might not be what makes you happy. So you have to know. You really by the age of 50, 40s, you have to know what makes you happy. What drives you. You as a person, what you have in your mind, who you are as an individual. So you have to know yourself, know your body. Know your body. Know where, if you are touched, it can stimulate you. So you know all those things. So all those lifestyle modifications, you need to change it so that when you come to sex, because sex is not love, it's not, I don't even call it sex, I call it love making, because sex is like one quick something, you are out. No, love making is step sequence. You start there are oral sex, you are touched, you self don't just stay like this on the bed, you touch too, as that.
Gẹ́gẹ́ bí èèyàn kan ṣe sọ tarí ní ibì kan tó ń tẹ bá fẹ́ lọ síbẹ̀, ẹ máa kọ́ gbàdúrà, ẹ máa kọrin ìdárayá, ẹ máa wàásù, ẹ máa ṣe orí ọ̀fẹ́.
Yeah, because in most conferences, women, we are too rigid. Most of us are too rigid, and men complain. Yeah, they do that we are too rigid. It's now just like we are fighting for equality. Let us be open-minded to love. That's why if we are too rigid, that's why they say